Okay, we're streaming. Streaming early, like 7 minutes early. 7 minutes is not a lot of minutes to be early, but it's early, isn't it? Why am I streaming? Why am I early? What am I doing? Why am I early? I'm early, you chuffers, because I wanted to tell you a little bit of story about the old... That's quite loud in the back of my ear. Relaxing video. How relaxing is that if it's loud? Why is it so loud for me? Oh. It's loud or that quiet. That's the two options there. Have you got a more relaxing one? That's alright. It won't stay on that. It'll just loads of different relaxing video game. Anyway, look. What am I doing? Web browser. That's what that looks like. Web browser. We've got the chat. We've got the thing ready, set up. Okay. Got the Scotty Hottie. I want the chat, and I want the chat window. I want that. That's there. Got that. Chat window. I want the web browser to be a bit bigger. I'm going to tell everyone a little story. Ready to rock and roll. 6 minutes before I have to do the clapperboard and the we're here officially. Let me see that I can hear and be heard. Before I have to do the clapperboard and the we're here officially. Yeah, I can hear and be heard. Now listen, I'll do it after the clapperboard, the thing about the sound, because the sound, little story. Little story. Ganji Kid on YouTube. I'm Ganji Kid on YouTube. We're Ganji Kid. We're the Ganji Warrior crew. What I've been doing since New Year's resolutions, isn't it? Now, I didn't know I was going to do it. I just happened to do it. I just thought, chuff it, now I'm doing it. So what I've been doing is, hang on, look, uploads. They're all the same, just chuffing. What's going on? Well, I have streamed daily at about 1 PM GMT. It's just sort of, I get up, do the thing with the dog, mess around, do your teeth. First thing now is stream for an hour and a bit. Then I walk the dog. Then I come back. Then I've got the editing, and then walk the dog again. How many times is he getting a walk? Hang on. Then I do the editing. I'm supposed to get on Twitch in the evening. For some reason, I've just decided to start this on YouTube there like that. You know the score. I'm a bit of a higgledy-piggledy. So I am streaming. I'm a Twitch affiliate. I am aiming to do Mental Health Monday every Monday, 8 PM GMT. That's what we're doing today. Wednesday evening, art and culture. Friday evening, me chuffing. Like, it was a bit loose, a bit freeform, wasn't it? So I did a daily, just a little daily, just like fitted it into my little schedule, because it's New Year, new start, whatever. Just see how it feels. And lo and behold, what happened was, and it's going to sound like nothing, but look, Destroying Anti-Vaxxers got 34 views yesterday. 34 views? What? Usually my stuff gets like, well, that 5 dates has got 25 views. It's like a ripple effect. What happened is that usually my stuff doesn't get loads of views. You see it, but it doesn't. YouTube doesn't. It's got a system. If you look in your analytics of service, it's called impressions. YouTube creates it shows you a video, and then you either choose to watch it or not. Look, if I click YouTube, shows you these videos. Each one of those is an impression that video has earned. Look, there's one of mine. Battery exhausted. It's earned an impression there, hasn't it? You see? YouTube served it up. If I click on it, YouTube serves up more impressions of it. And usually I don't get many impressions for my videos, but I did live stream one day. The next day it was like, have some impressions. You're live streaming on YouTube, mate. Have a load of impressions. And that trickle effect, 34 views. I don't know if it means that anyone likes or dislikes or whatever. Don't know. Knocked on from that. This one, 5 dates, the others got 25 views. It just sort of like, impressions increased. So you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking here? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, why not carry on if it's going to keep... Like, YouTube obviously wants somebody that does Twitch streaming as an affiliate to do their... Instead of uploading their videos from Twitch, which is what we do here, 9 views. 9 views. Instead of just uploading it, YouTube wants you to just do it live on YouTube. It'll give you loads of impressions. Twitch does not, right now, serve me loads of impressions. It's not serving Mental Health Monday to loads of people that click on Twitch. They're getting the top streamers shown to them. YouTube's trying to help. After all the trouble me and YouTube have been through over the years, The way that I, you're putting adverts on my videos, you chuffers, and all that. The people that are watching my videos have got anxieties. Can you take off the... Well, eventually we got that sorted. YouTube ain't that bad, are they? I don't know. Anyway, the chuffers. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a morning stream. It's not the morning. It's 1 PM GMT. It's whenever I choose. First thing. Walk the dogs is first thing. Do your teeth. Get on stream for an hour. So I'm coming across as a bit of a chuffer because I'm more cross in the morning. But that's been happening. So I wanted you to know it's been happening. And I wanted to say that it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. I don't think it's going to mean I stream on Twitch less, because I don't stream on Twitch loads anyway, do I? We're going to keep the consistency of Mental Health Monday. I'm not going to stream Mental Health Monday live on the channel. I'm going to put the edits on the channel. I think that's still... I like this. Stream it on Twitch. Mental Health Monday on Twitch. Edit it for YouTube. Happy with that. Still want to sort of factor in a couple of days of organised Twitch streaming. We were playing the video games. Look, video game music. We were playing the video games on Ganji Kid, weren't we? If you look at the uploads here, I was playing some video games. VR Trover Saves the Universe. That's a straight stream of a game. Maybe I should stream the games on Twitch. I'm starting to think this. Maybe I should stream the games on Twitch. Like, just switch on Twitch when I'm playing a computer game anytime. Don't have to be planned, or it could be a bit more. Maybe I should stream them on Twitch. Full Fisherman's Tale there streamed on YouTube. Maybe I should stream it on Twitch and see what the comparison is, see how it works on Twitch. Streaming the old games, because I do a bit more streaming the games on YouTube. Maybe I've got that wrong. I don't know. But anyway, it did like just chuffing, destroying anti-vaxxers. It liked that. It had a bit of that. So the final point to this story is that today, why is today's stream of destroying anti-vaxxers 2 only got 4 views? What's going on there? Well, I'll tell you a little story. Why I'm here early. It's now officially 8 o'clock, Mental Health Monday. I'm going to be 2 minutes late while I tell this story. What happened? Hi, nice to see you. Zara John. Zara John. I wonder if that's 2 names. Zara John. Hi, nice to see you. It's first time chat. It's nice to see you chatting. It's nice to see you here. I bet it's not your first time being aware of the whole shebang, is it? I bet it's not your first rodeo, but yes, it is. So, but you'll get used to this. This is me chuffing. This is me chuffing. And what we do here on Mental Health Monday, what we're doing today, is we're going to do 22 tiny mental health habits that can improve your life in 2022. I've put a bajillion in the title, a bajillion ways to be happy. There's 22 really. There's 22. So if you have any issues yourself, if you've got any mental health things that you thought, hang on, I've come here and I feel down and this guy's just chuffing and he's being jovial. Like, there's 2 things to say. You can bring it up in chat and you can say, I've got a problem. We'll talk about it. I don't mind. Absolutely. You might not want to bring up your problems in chat. That's also cool. That's also cool. That's why we cut these videos, put them on YouTube, on our Mental Health Monday channel. Well, where's that gone? That's why we do this. That's why we do this. It's for both those reasons. So you can talk to us in chat if you want to, but if you don't, and you just, or whatever, like, you can also refer to it on the YouTube in your own time. We also say Samaritans every week. We say this. If you need to talk to someone immediately, and like, this is for anyone that's watching at any point in time on the YouTube or on the Twitch, you can call 116123 for free in the UK, and in America it's changing to 988, but it has been a more complicated and long number, which I now can't even see. It's hidden under the new number, so we're going to stick to the new number, 988 for Lifeline. That's if you really need to speak to somebody and you think that me is not the person because of my chuffing on. But honestly, like, people have brought up their problems in chat and we've tried our best to help. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a qualified anything. I've just sort of, been through the mill. Been through the mill. I know how it is. I've faced the difficult times, and I know what it takes to pull yourself together and get out of it. It's not the case of you can't just be told to pull yourself together. That's silly. That's silly. Why did I say that? It's the sort of language of today, of now, but I know what it takes, and I've been there. So today we're going to talk 22 tiny mental health habits, and just before we do that, I was going to tell you that this stream that I did Why did that one only get 4 views if the other one got 34 views? I'll tell you what happened is I did a stream today on YouTube and I started and I didn't plug the microphone in. Forgot to plug the microphone in. Now, if you hear any funny microphone sounds, I've been messing with it. Like, tell me if it sounds funny. I forgot to plug the chuffer in. So I did 15 minutes, no sound. So that was, oh, what an idiot. So what I did was I turned the stream on to private because I wanted to turn that off. Started a new stream. Did an hour and a half. Forgot to turn it off private. So I streamed to private. So if you're watching this, you're like getting the super. This is like the super. You know, usually I stream privately to nobody on my own. It's private, but this, you know, here's the crew now. Snippy Snips, nice to see you. Usually, you know, I stream privately, so like this is exclusive content. Bear that in mind. And it was like, oh God, I did feel oh no at the end as well. I did feel oh no. But what I was sort of saying was it's been working, going on in the morning, my morning, 1 o'clock PM GMT, going on and just doing a little hour on YouTube. YouTube serving up the, it says like, hang on, have a look at this to other people. Whereas doing it on Twitch and doing it, uploading the videos, YouTube's not happy with that. It's like, oh, did that come from Twitch? Just, you keep that to yourselves. So we're going to continue with both. New year, new thing, just chuffing on YouTube. No plan, no, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. The main aim is to get this podcast going as soon as the COVID has calmed down enough for me to allow somebody to come in the house and not threaten my life. But yeah, so that's the story. Let's do the clapperboard. Where's the chuffing? You need that. Let's do the clapperboard. Everyone likes this. It's now come to the point where this has become so routine that it's like a Pavlovian response. You hear this clapperboard, you see this thing, and it starts to calm you. There's the clapperboard. We use that for the edit. Boris is annoying you. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Boris is not my favourite person in the world. He's not my favourite person in the world at all. He's got his own greedy interests at heart and those of his financial backers. It's a shame. It's a real shame. I'll tell you what's good though. What's good is that nothing lasts forever. But honestly, our political cycle isn't that. It feels like it's your whole life sometimes. But in 10 years' time, people will be either happy or not happy for different reasons, and Boris will be away with his money. So maybe he'll inflict his children on us, or maybe they'll just, maybe they'll pursue careers in Antarctic exploration. You never know. You could get lucky. So, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Now, Adil's not getting the. It's not getting on. You're not getting the new chat thing, but like, I want to treat you like a new. You're new. No, it's cool. It's cool. Look. His many children that he can't afford on his big paycheck. Look, wait. If we get me started, this is 22 ways to improve your happiness. So this does depend on your definition of happy. If we get me started on Boris Johnson, I am not going to improve my happiness. I'll tell you that. I did my stream earlier on today on YouTube, chuffing on about anti-vaxxers. We've got the video game music in the background. It's nice and chill. I don't know if that's loud or quiet for you, that music. It's nice and chill for me. We're going to do 22 ways. I'm going to keep the boat on course. Okay? You're going to stay with me because this is one of the critical things. I'll tell you, we talk about this sometimes. Let me show you the cognitive triangle. Cognitive triangle now. That sounds posh, doesn't it? Cognitive triangle. It's just a little triangle with the words thought, behaviour and feelings written on it. And they've only got one arrow direction, but actually the arrow's going both directions. However you think influences you, the way you behave, what you do. I mean, that's obvious, isn't it? What you're thinking is influencing what you do. And that is influencing what you're thinking. Because if you're hitting yourself with a hammer, you're thinking, ow! If you're hitting your hand with the hammer, you think, ow! I'm cross, don't like this. Hitting my hand with a hammer. It influences. If you're eating sweets, you might be like, oh, I like this is making me happy. After 2 hours of it, you might be like, oh, I don't know about this. Now your emotions might come into play. Your behaviours and thoughts, both of them affect your emotions. They both affect your emotions. And your emotions can affect both of them. It's a big mess. It's not a big mess. We can grab hold of it. Tell you how. Little top tip, Scotty Hotty's top tip. We can grab hold of it because out of all these things, your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviour, the one that you really can grab hold of is, in one way, your behaviour, isn't it? You can just sit there and stop. You can stop doing that. I'm going to sit here and just hang on. I'm going to think of nothing for a minute. Just going to try and move away from... Like, everything's waves, isn't it? Everything's waves. Like, yesterday I was angry about something. I'm not angry about that now. It's gone away. Like, when I hit my hand with the hammer, I was cross, and now it doesn't hurt so much, and I'm thinking about what I want for my beans on toast. You know? Like, things pass. Everything's in waves. So if you let things... If you hold yourself back, your behaviour, you can change the way you think and feel. And then also your thoughts. That's something else you can grab hold of when it's running away from you. Hang on, these things are going off in my mind. All I'm doing is sitting here and my mind is running away from me. Some people have that thing, the anxiety, and you can grab hold of that and say, hang on, I'm going to think about things that are really real right now. What colour is the most predominant colour in my room? It's pink. I've done the colour. I like it. It's nice. Let's see if there's anything else pink in this room that I can marry up with that. On this Christmas card I've got here, there's some pink on this present. Now I'm rooted in reality. I'm thinking about things that I can see, touch. What does this feel like? It's got some texture to it. That's mindfulness. I've grabbed hold of my thoughts. They're not running away with me now. I'm using them and thinking about things. At least I'm in control. And that can help the way I feel. And that's what we're here to do, isn't it? Help the way you feel. Depends on our definition of happiness. So if I let Boris Johnson live in my head rent-free, the chuffer, yes, he makes me cross. There are times and places in the day where I react to things I see on the news, or I give myself time, usually in the morning, to sort of be cross with the world and say the things and think about. When it comes to mental health time, when it comes to the evening, when it comes to after 8 p.m. GMT Mental Health Monday, I have to just say to myself, look, that box is closed for me now. It's not worry time now. Worry time, I can allocate some time to worry about it, some time to be cross. Now I'm going to make myself feel better with 20 habits that can improve your life in 2022. So 2022, tiny, that's what's throwing me. 22 tiny mental health habits that can improve. We're not promising anything, okay? Okay, you've got to work the system, okay? We're not. They can. Exclamation mark. Disclaimer. They can. You can grab a fuzzy baby to refocus. If you've got a fuzzy baby at hand, smell it. That'll make you feel better. That's not a top tip if it's not your baby or you're not allowed to. If it's just a baby that's at hand, probably discount that information. Not every baby is available to everyone for a smellage, but if the baby's been open, if people allow you to smell their baby and everyone's in on it, smell away, have a good smell of the baby. 22 tiny, look, I've got a dog and a cat. Neither of them enjoy it when I smell. There are some parts of them I wouldn't want to smell. Look, I don't know if we're going to do the tips. I need to edit this into a relaxing Mental Health Monday edit for our channel. We're putting this together. We're putting it together. I'm happy. You're happy. It depends on your definition. But I'm happy that these people are here today. I'm happy that you're here today. We're going to get on. Let's do some. I'm going to switch to the web of a browser so that you can see them bigger. But they're still going to be obscured by the things that you say and my face. So, enjoy that if you can. God, life's such a treacherous ordeal. Of course, this is New Year's, isn't it? New Year's Tiny Habits. Take what you want from it. Take what you want. Start a gratitude journal. I'm going to review them with my own happy-go-lucky Mental Health Monday attitude that sometimes might veer off into distracting tangents. Start a gratitude journal. This only takes a few minutes, depending on how chuffing long it takes you to write how thankful you are. Recording positive things about your day, whether major achievements or simple pleasures, can reduce stress. It can improve sleep and even foster better relationships by building a sense of empathy. It's quite complicated, we can unpack all that, but we've got loads of chuffing ideas to get through. But I do agree, maybe on your phone, and this is a good one, right? If you do it on your phone, you say you're thankful for something. If it turns out that when you write, it's got, you see, tangent. If it turns out that when you're writing that, and you're thinking, oh, this is about so-and-so, send it to them. They might like it. There's another second tip. There's no right or wrong way to write a journal, but I recommend that this becomes a daily exercise, said John Lee. So you can take it from John Lee, the Director of Clinical Psychology at Executive Mental Health. That's not for you. That's not for me. That's for the executives. But you can use that. What's the other thing the executives do for their mental health? Go to the country club and powder their nose. Anyway, look, Lee suggests journaling at the same time each day, whether before dinner or before bed. I'd say after dinner. If you've had a nice dinner, you're more likely to write a nice journal. I suppose your journal might be consumed with dinners, mightn't it? Every evening I'm like, oh, I had some good carrots tonight. My sister cooked me a ramen. I haven't ate it. She's done the noodles for one. I've got to wait for mine because if I do them early, they'll go soggy while you do Mental Health Monday. Anyway, look, you might write that down. I've had a nice dinner. But maybe if you do it before dinner, you might be thinking about other things. Or you might be hungry, so it might be harder to think about things that make you grateful. Lee suggests journaling at the same time. Okay, next tip, and this is a good one for me. A 2-week getaway in Kauai. I don't even know where that is. It's so posh. This is a good one for me. Take 5 deep breaths. Now, 5 is an arbitrary value. If you have a more favoured number, if you prefer a 6, well, where's my face? There's the battery. I forgot to tell you about this. We're going to be interrupted by consistent and constant battery recharge. Oh no! Why didn't you prepare better? What are you, a professional broadcaster or some kind of chuffer? I'm the latter, I'm a chuffer. Proper chuffer. So we're going to need to focus it again when it comes back online. Swatching between 2 batteries is the current situation now. Swatching between 2 batteries. And neither battery ever carrying more than about 50% charge. Dangerous, isn't it? It's like Indiana Jones of streamers. Right, take 5 deep breaths, you're going to need to. Or 6, or 7, or 4. Maybe 5 is a good number, but if you don't like 5, if 5 is not a good number, if you prefer 4, or ladies and gentlemen, if 7 is your lucky number, take 7. There is no arbitrary constraint on the number of deep breaths that you are allowed to take in one sitting session or day. Oh, look, gifty subs and thank yous. Isn't that nice? That is nice, see? Mental Health Monday. Mental Health Monday, that's what you get. That's what you get. You've been good. You've been good. Someone's been keeping an eye. Someone's been looking out for it. You've been good. You're good. Take 5 deep breaths. Stress has many physical manifestations. Explained, and we've got someone else. It's throwing me off. Another expert, Amanda Goldstein. I suppose HuffPost here. Should I copy and paste that? No, I'll do it at the end so you don't get to look at it until I've gone through it. They've got lots of different people on their books. I don't know. This can include stomach aches and other digestive problems. By changing your breathing pattern, you can trick your brain into suppressing your fight or flight sympathetic nervous system and increase your parasympathetic... Oh, God, I was getting through that then. And increase your parasympathetic activity or rest and digest. What? You offered me suppressing your flight sympathetic nervous system and increase your parasympathetic activity ahead of rest and digest. I'd have gone for rest and digest first. You can trick your brain into resting and digesting. And then put open brackets suppressing your flight sympathetic nervous system and increase your parasympathetic activity, close brackets, for those of us who, can get there. It's got a link that I'm not going to show you. How dare I? Web browser, how dare you? Keep a light. Look, 5 deep breaths, that is a good one. Anytime. I'll tell you what I did the other night. I was lying in bed and I took some deep breaths. What are you on about? Usually I was just reading, but I thought, hang on, I'll try it. Felt more relaxed. It really does work. You can take it from me. Keep a light therapy lamp. Next tip. We've got to get through them. There's a bajillion. Keep a light therapy lamp on your desk. On your desk. What? I've got bright lights shining in my eyes because I'm a streamer. Hi. I'm a streamer. It's not therapy. It's just there in my eyes to keep me alert. Your circadian rhythm regulates your sleep-wake cycle, which affects bodily functions and behavioural responses, Goldstein said. Exposure to sunlight, especially first thing in the morning, helps keep your clock on time. Since most of us work indoors... I'm going into my public service announcement there, my public service broadcaster voice. Exposure to sunlight, especially first thing in the morning, helps keep... Exposure to sunlight, especially first thing in the morning, helps keep your clock on time. Good to keep the L's in the correct. Deep breathing, lower the diaphragm. Oh yeah, good. That was a good tip, isn't it? It's not just about pumping yourself. It's the right sort of breathing. We should do an episode on breathing, although it seemed condescending. Won't it? If I the one they recommend for YouTube that you make how-to videos and guides. You know, if you do World of Warcraft, make a guide about which character to play or whatever. People like that sort of thing. But if you're more general like me, you might want to make a guide on breathing. Ever tried breathing? Or maybe you're already an accomplished breather. Maybe you're already an accomplished breather. Maybe you take your breathing for granted. Oh, now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Now we're touching a nerve. Maybe you breathe, without even thinking. Is that you? Are you breathing without thinking? You're doing it wrong. Here's Scott's top tips on... I haven't got any prepared. You just suggested it in chat and now I've started doing it. I haven't got any prepared. We'll have to do it another time. That's going to make good editing for me, isn't it? When I see that in the edit, I'm going to say, oh, that's going somewhere. I like the way you're doing that, Scott. Keep up that little... Oh, no. You decided to abandon it. Touching a parasympathetic nerve. Now, there you go, exactly. One that I wouldn't be able to begin to break down because I can't... Anyway, look. These are 22 of them. We've only got a limited time in my life, so we need to get through them. So a light, what they're saying basically is put a light therapy lamp in your indoor space because it gets dark early, whatever. It makes you feel good, helps you turn it off at the right times, and vice versa. Scotty's top tip here: don't have your phone up to your eyes late night because it keeps you awake. Don't be on the computer all night late night. I have to go out in the garden sometimes because I know that I still get my phone out. I'm still a chuffer for it. I'm like, look at the stars, you chuffer. Put your phone away. It's nearly bedtime. I go in the garden where I'm at least away from every opportunity to awaken and alive. And then I hear the screaming of the fox and that gets me right going. So these aren't even good tips. Look, a light therapy lamp, and as an added bonus, it provides excellent lighting for video calls. I'm just going to prove it says that. It provides excellent lighting for video calls. So you've got a night light mode on your. That's a good idea. A night light mode on your computer. Top tip from new chatter Zara John. See, in here, subscribed, chuffing out tips. Now you're straight in there, chuffing out tips. You're in the crew. You're all aboard. It's like the Ganji Puka Warrior crew. You have to imagine it's like a big old boat. And I say old because I mean one of those old big boats with like sails and rickety. And we need loads of people on it to help pull the things and move. But I might be the captain. I get to wear the hat. Yeah. Yeah, I might be the captain. I get to wear the hat. Yeah. But these, Snippy Snips is like, we've got capital K, Snippy Snips. They're like, they've got quite important hats as well. They're like part of the crew. We need these people. We need you. And now you're here and contributing. It's wonderful. I'm happy. Thank you. See, I'm saying thank you. It's been good. It's been nice. No, wait, you can't just... We're on the boat now. We're sailing into the wide unknown. On this Ganji Puka Warrior experience on this cruise ship. Not a cruise. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. Well, it could be fun for you. For me, it's hard work. It's my job. But we're the crew into the wide unknown, trying to put people's mental health, at least help some people with their mental health on a Monday. On the other days, we're trying to create some culturally valuable content that can help make the world a little bit better in little ways. We're trying to form it. We're going to make a podcast. We've got loads. It's a team effort. It's all going well. Just wanted to say that. So here we are, providing excellent lighting for video calls, and that's another tip. And making sure that we've got turning our computers to night light mode. Drink water. Now that's a tip. But I think that we're already, I don't know what number we're on, but we're reaching a little bit here. I know it's a good tip. Listen, stay hydrated, drink water. We shouldn't underestimate it. I drink tea. I'm English. I'm from Great Britain. I drink tea. You don't get a passport unless you do. You have to consume at least 2 cups of tea a day for your quota, for your British quota. Otherwise, you don't get a passport. I'm putting that down on the desk. I hope it doesn't make the microphone make any funny noises. Careful of that. Our bodies are made up of 60% water. Snippy Sip says, close your eyes to sleep. Exactly. Like, we know to drink water. I'm going to skip over that. But, you know, it has been raised. It has been said. It's the essence of us and what we need in order for our micronutrients and functions to operate. So if you want to get highbrow, micronutrients, mate. Label what you're experiencing. Now, that's a bit, I like that. They've softened you up with drink water. This is what they're doing on Huffington Post. They've softened you up with drink water. They're trying to get your guard down. Drink water. I don't even need to hear these. Label what you're experiencing. What? What do you mean? I don't go around labeling what I'm experiencing. I drink water. I do a lot of that. Labeling what I'm experiencing. I did that the other day, right? Unbelievably good. I'm not going to read their thing. I'm going to tell you about my life, me. But I was walking the dog and I was feeling anxious, and I said to myself, hang on, I am walking the dog. I am feeling anxious. Where's this going? How's this coming out? Why am I doing this? I suppose I used to walk my other dog and he might bite me and he might bite other people, and I had this anxiety, and it was about this sort of part of the walk that I used to think, not being able to see around the corner, it makes me a bit anxious because I don't know who's coming. But this is a different dog. This is a different time in my life. I'm repeating the old unconscious thought patterns of my anxieties. They're just like they're embedded in my brain. I wasn't labeling what I was experiencing. I was just dawdling and, you know, thinking of other things. Now I labeled it. Hang on, I'm not anxious about it anymore. Not as much, because I was able to think, well, that was the past. This is now. I've labeled it. I feel like I've given it a name, and I can say this is going to pass. I'm going to let it pass. It actually helps. Name it to tame it. Now you've got a catchphrase. Name it to tame it. Why don't you put that above there? Label what you expect. Name it to tame it's better. Name it to tame it could be a game show, couldn't it? Name it to tame it could be a game show. Did I bring enough bags? I have a very large dog. I sometimes worry. There was that one time where I really, you know, my emergency socks. I put on 2 pairs of socks so you can always take one off and use it as an emergency poo bag. So name it to tame it could definitely be you get bag anxiety. 2 pairs of socks, that'll save you from the bag anxiety. That's my top tip for that. And also, I have been known to drive back to where my dog did a poo, jump out the car, pick it up, jump back in. You know, didn't have the bags at the time because I'm an idiot sometimes. Just drive back there and pick up the poo. It's cold now. It looks strange to it. If an onlooker saw me, they'd just see somebody jump out of a car, grab a poo off the side of the thing, knowing exactly where it is as well. Straight to the poo, in a poo bag, in the car, gone. What the chuff? Who's this? The phantom poo cleaner upper. No, I left it there in the first place by mistake. Look, anyway, name it to tame it could so be a game show, couldn't it? Name it to tame it, but it wouldn't work because it'd be like Tiger King. You put you in the cage with the tiger, and if you can guess its name, because it's been trained to a name. You know, it's got its own name. So if you can guess its name, it will perform actions to training. So, you know, let's say the tiger, for whatever reason, is called Annie. So if you say Annie sit, yeah? Annie's going to sit. But if you don't know the name, you don't tame it. Name it to tame it. So you can go up in, you know, you can start off with something like a small dog, and that's okay. Because, you know, only for £10, name it to tame it. Guess its name. Dogs don't have varied names. There are some really popular dog... I told you I was going to go on tangents. There are some really popular dog names, aren't there? Really popular dog names. So, like, and we're going to... Because it's a game show, we're going to choose one of the popular game shows. We might have 3 dogs with, like, multiple choice, whatever. Win your tenner. Name the dog. Tamed it. Well done. Get in with Annie the Tiger. Get in with Annie the Tiger. And you've got 60 seconds before Annie attacks. Name it to tame it. Could be a game show. It's not. It's a phrase coined by Dan Siegel. Well, Dan, you aren't the arbiter of language. I don't know if you're the only person that's used the phrase name it to tame it, Dan. I don't know if you coined it, Dan. But, well, we'll give you that. He's a professor of psychiatry at the University of California. So he's posh. And If we experience a surge of distress or anxiety, I mean, he might not be posh. Any of us could become a university psychiatry. Just have to work at it. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not saying you're not posh. Oh God, where's this going? No, look, he's doing the work, the good work there at the medicine school. If we experience a surge of distress or anxiety, research has demonstrated that verbally labelling our negative emotions can reduce stress by up to 50%. I don't know why I did the advertising voice at the end. By up to 50%. So that's proof. Don't knock into the desk. I hope the microphone is not making funny noises. I can't tell because I don't monitor it properly. But in the other stream I did yesterday, you tell me. Turn your skincare routine into a few moments of self-care. We've got the music going now. Turn your skincare routine. What skincare routine? What's a skincare routine? The music makes me feel like I'm going to be abducted. Yeah, it's suddenly got a bit spooky, didn't it? Suddenly got a bit UFO inspired. We use relaxing. Now I say relaxing. They say relaxing video game music. They said it, not me. It should be copyright free. And hopefully, every now and then, it will throw up something that will make you feel, a little bit nostalgic. Hopefully. They're good feelings. That's what we want. They say relaxing. Abducting. They did relaxing, open brackets, and abductive. Abductive. So look. If you turn... What is a skincare routine? My skincare routine is I shower. You probably know a little bit more about what a skincare routine... Yeah, fine. They're fine. It's fine. I'm not critiquing having one. One of my favourite skincare rituals is taking care of my skin. Oh, self-care rituals. Sorry, I thought you repeated the same point. One of my favourite self-care rituals is taking care of my skin. Now this is alien to me. The concept is that's why it's doing the music. That's why it's doing the music. It's alien to me. But they're licensed medical aestheticians, so I've got to trust them. They're not. I mean, they do work in the field of aesthetics, so maybe they're in on it. But I should trust them. One of the easiest ways to do this is to use a sheet mask. Now we're getting technical. Whilst you wait for the active ingredients to penetrate the skin, light a candle. Don't. It's dangerous, kids. Don't light any candles. Not unless you've got an adult. Not unless you are an adult. If you are an adult, you're responsible for your own. Even then, lighting candles and getting all relaxed. I know it seems nice, but that's not on my... I think you might burn your house down. It makes me anxious. See how easy it is to make me anxious? About you, because I care about you. So look, one of the easiest ways to do this is to use a sheet mask. Play some of your favourite relaxing music, read a book, let your body be nourished. I'll have to try it. The honest truth is I'm not never gonna try it. You're a makeup artist in training. So you've got proper skin. So see, that one's for you. It's not for, it might be for me, but you know, I might accept that I'm gonna look like a raisin in the next 12 years. Collagen. Collagen. When I were a lad, we had collagen. Not these days. Collagen. Letting that drain from my skin. Yeah, you can ask. You know what? You are allowed to ask questions of each other in chat and talk. You're allowed to talk in chat. We should even have a Discord. We should get onto that this year. But I've got great skin. You can't see it in 4K. You can't see it in 4K. Soft focus skin. Look, you can talk to each other in chat, but I won't be reading your skincare tips out loud. They'll just come up in the chat and I'll try and ignore them because I'm going to do the ascribed broadcast that I've... This is my job. Go into your job and start asking you things about your skin. Mind you, I brought it up, so it's my own fault. Spend some time outdoors. No, don't. Stay here. You can do this on your phone, so go out with your phone and listen to this. That's what I'd suggest. Just go out with your phone now and listen to this. Spend time outdoors. Even when it's cold outside, spending time outdoors in nature, breathing fresh air is good for the body and mind. Paching! Mindfulness in nature can boost your mood, and even short walks are better than nothing, and a great break during a stressful workday. Leave your phone at home if you can, even though I said I'm contradicting myself now. They're contradicting me. Leave your phone at home. Don't. Be safe, take it with you. What if your foot hurts? What if you break down? Take it with you. So you're more aware of your surroundings. You don't need to be... Your phone's not going to make you less aware unless you look at it. That's the trick. That's the tip. That's the tip. What did I think was a good tip and was a critical thing? Grin and bear it. Just total freeform now. I'm total freeform. There's no rules. There's no rules. I do what I like. The other night, and I can't go any bigger face than this. I'm already on big face. So I wanted the effect of going, I like the effect of when I'm web browsing, I'm little face down here, just having a chat about the web browser, just doing what we said. And then I interject. And it's me that interjects, but it's a different camera. Cleansers, I'll have to... Sensitive. I've probably got sensitive skin, to be fair. Do you know what? I wonder about that. I wonder. Now we've got me talking about it. Ah! Right, I do wonder though. Right, I wonder because I think skin is sensitive, isn't it? Now, remember, I'm coming from an outsider perspective here. I don't know about this, but I think skin is sensitive. Mine certainly is. It's burn me. Do I not? Oh, ow, ooch. Yes, I do. So my skin is sensitive. And I like it when people blow on it. Sensitive to that. So it must be sensitive. So I need the sensitive stuff. I think nobody goes for the... Is there another kind of skin nutrition thing that's for non-sensitive? Like nerve damaged or, like leather effect. Can't feel anything. Insensitive skin. I'm so insensitive. What's part of my body is insensitive? I suppose there are parts of me that are like my fingers and my hands are less sensitive after years of hard work in a kitchen, aren't they? Burning my fingertips off so that I could burgle houses with leave no evidence. No, I mean just through the daily nature of accidental burnage. You never burn them completely down. Anyway, look, what I'm saying is, I think we've all got sensitive skin, and I think the product people are like, we'll put sensitive on them, and they'll all buy that, and like nobody's going for the other stuff, but they know that they're not even trying to push the other stuff. They just put it there as like an option that you might have, but no one's going to want, to sort of guide you towards the sensitive stuff because it sounds better. I want the sensitive. I've got sensitive skin. I've got sensitive skin. Yeah, Mental Health Monday, the top tips. These are the top tips for your skin. And they count, because Mental Health Monday told us that you're supposed to turn your skincare routine into a few months of self-care. You're supposed to do this. So these people in chat are not wrong. If you're watching this and you're thinking, what's going on? How's this going this way? It's fine. It's fine. It's what we're supposed to do. So I wanted to bring it on to Grin and Bear It. And I wanted to go from web browser... Little me. Oh, I'm talking on the internet. Oh, it's just me. The other day I was thinking, grin and bear it. They say, don't they? This is just I'm going to have to edit this out. It's a little Scott's top tip of its own. Sometimes it's been said to me, or they say. Who's they? Them, not us. Them. Them. Us. Oh, lovely us. Oh, I like us. Oh, aren't we nice? We're nice. Them. Bad them. Ugh. Them, keep them away, right? So sometimes it's said by the bad them, you just got to grin and bear it sometimes. And you know what, sometimes, Boris Johnson, sometimes you have got to just sort of grin and bear it, haven't you? I was thinking the other day, you put on a happy face, you try and get through because it's tough and you're just trying to get through. And the reason you grin, I was thinking about comedy. I was thinking about like Morecambe and Wise and the old comedy and the old jokes, dad jokes they call them sometimes, silly jokes, just silly jokes. And we all tell each other silly jokes, even in difficult situations. And we joke about things that are difficult. You just grin and bear it. I'll tell you what, this is the impact point now. This is the impact point. Hopefully the music can... Well, it's not going to. It's not going to be... I didn't plan for this. But anyway, look, this is the... Imagine... No. Now the impact music. The trick is to bear it and still grin. The trick is to bear it. All the troubles, because we all go through these things, don't we? We all go through these. It doesn't matter who you are. We're all going through these things. Different for everyone, similar for everyone. We're all human. We all know what it's like to suffer. We all know what it's like to feel pain, to think, that's not fair, I don't like this. It's going to change. We're going to get through it. It's going to change and we're going to get through it. We're going to be agents of our own change, all that. But you've got to be able to bear it to get through it. You've got to be able to bear it. We're strong. We're strong. We're strong. I like this as well. This is another thing I think. We're fragile and strong. Like, my cup of tea, it's pretty strong, isn't it? If I smacked you in the head with that cup of tea at the right angle, you're going to hurt your poor head before my cup of tea gets... My solid... It's so... I can squeeze that in my hand. It's strong. Strong. Ceramic. If I smash it against the wall, million pieces. Fragile. We're all strong and fragile, aren't we? We're strong and fragile. So, but yeah, it's about being able to bear things, to go through these things, and then to be able to still grin, to still find ways to joke and laugh and love life, but to still find ways to enjoy the world and take the beauty from it and look on the bright side. And over Christmas, I'm sure you'd have seen some of these old comedians, the things your granddad used to like on the comedy, you know. Sometimes it's nice, even though you're bearing these things, to still grin, isn't it? So that's not anything to do. That's my top tip. I just threw that in, and I hope you like it. Oh, isn't he nice? Web of a browser. Back to being serious. Never serious. Sometimes mean and curmudgeonly. Most of the time not. Spend time outdoors. If you don't get me out of bed first thing and start arguing about politics. I'll tell you what. Anyway, look. Spend time outdoors. We did that one. I love walking with the dog. I really enjoy it. Spend time outdoors. Spend a few minutes stretching. Stretching. Someone's told me on stream before, have a bit of a stretch. Someone's told me. What, you think girls are taught, do you have to get on with it? I might agree. I think social constructs, it might even be social class teaches you different ideas about what you should and shouldn't have to bear in life and get on with. This is important, I'll take it back. Web of a browser, big face. I'm not saying that you should put up with things in life that are unjust. We should fight and change them. I'm not saying that everything is to be borne, to be bare. You know, everything is a cross for you to bear. Not saying that. But there are things in life that we do all have to get through. I am saying that. Just make that clear. Because I don't want people to think, oh, well, I won't speak up then. I'll just bear it. I'll just grin. That's not the point I'm making. You see, grin and bear it is about that, isn't it? Grin and bear it is, well, just shut up and get on with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're getting on with it. Let's find a way to get on with it and put a positive, happy face. Let's find a way for us to be happy despite the crap they're making us go through. And we'll fight. Because when we're happy and we're strong, we'll fight better. So that's all good. All good in the hood. Spend a few minutes stretching. People often say to me, oh, stretch. If you got about, stretch. So yeah, I agree. Even working out, even if working out is too much for you to commit to, stretching still releases the same endorphins, which decrease... Why are the big words? I'm going to have to take my coat off. The big words are making me sweat. Even if working out is too much for you to commit to, stretching still releases the same endorphins, which decreases a person's perception of pain. So if you stretch, you feel more relaxed and you don't feel as much achy pain, or you perceive that you don't. You don't feel like you do. That's the same thing. She's got a name. Sharonda Brown, a licensed clinical therapist and national board certified counsellor in Ferguson, Missouri. I like the way of bringing in all these different people. Quite like that. This includes emotional pain. Oh, cheeky. That is cheeky, isn't it? Cheeky. You know, it includes emotional pain. That's one for you girls. Discourage you from your cranky behaviour, your emotions. Your emotions. Girls have emotions. Boys don't, of course. Boys don't. In the traditional system. Not traditional everywhere. Remember, traditions are not the same everywhere. Remember, everything is ridiculous and can be thrown away. Don't need to think about that. Traditionally, yeah, you and your emotions. I don't have them, so what would I know? Because I'm a boy. These days, there's none of that. You can be, it's a bit more freeform. Be what you like. Do what you like. I'm not going to be cross. Even, look, do your stretching. It includes emotional pain. So you might feel... Do you remember we did that triangle? Thoughts, feelings, emotions. You can stretch and it might make you feel better. Boom. Emotions. Soothed through stretching. That's a top tip. It's a tip. Call or visit a friend. I'm looking at two things now, like this. I have got two eyes. Now why don't we do that? Now there's an idea. Big face. Take this one to the Dragon's Den. I have these ideas all the time. We've got 2 eyes. So why not look at one thing with one eye, the chat, and with the other eye, read the tips. You've got 2 eyes. I'd like 100 grand for what, like 80, 90%. You can 99, 100% of the business for 100 grand. Take it all. Take that idea to the bank. Dragons. Yeah. I could see you tapping your pen. You're getting 100% of the business, so no one else is offering you that. 2 eyes. 1 eye for the thing you're working on. The other eye for the chat. Copyright. Trademarked. Copyright Ganji Kid. So you take that to the bank, 100 grand for me. You do what you want with it. Put it into some technology. You've got the dragon technology. You've got the connections. I've got the ideas. Let's make lots of... Well, you can make loads of money. I'll just take the 100... For you, that's chicken feed anyway. Think about it this way. Right, dragons, think about it this way. 100 grand is chicken feed for you. To me, it changes my life. So you take my idea. Don't even do anything with it. Do what you like. I don't care. I've got the 100 grand. How does that sound? Can you maybe lend me a tenner? Contribute to this stream. You can contribute to this stream. We have a thing called coffee. You can see it on the dragons. I'm going to go for that. Ah! Now my face is gone again. Ah, no! The battery juggle. We're doing the battery juggle again. Coffee. You want to see coffee. You want to see your own page. And then you want to go on web browser so they can see it while you change the battery. You chuffing idiot. What are you? Don't call yourself an idiot. That's a top tip. Don't call yourself an idiot. Unless it's your job, literally your job, to have batteries ready for Mental Health Monday. Unless that's your job and you chuffed it up. Don't call yourself an idiot. Unless it's your job. Unless you're me. If you're me, it's alright. It's fine. We're going to let me off. Letting me off. There's the battery. See, I'm already being an idiot. I'm holding this battery in my hand instead of putting it in the charger. We've got 40% juggle. This one's 80% now. That should last like hours. 80%. I'm like the Duracell bunny. I run like the rain in Spain, rage like the kings of the counties. I'm like Mounties in red on horses, like Ferraris in garages. Outside my head, large like the TARDIS. Inside I'm humble and conscious like Marley's dead but still dread like Yardies. Count the amount of lyrics them a drop with their bodies. Shop for the info, don't stop for the studies. Never known as a prince, but I'm soon to be the artist. When the race is done, I'll have run the farthest. I'm like SARS. Diseases. Crossed from the east to the west, so you best check your families.
What's that supposed to be? Some kind of sick joke? I think I was trying to suggest something about the duality of man, sir.
See the tippies? You see how the tippies work? That's the tippy system. That's the system in all its glory. I've got to focus the camera now. I'm moving it. Don't move it. Just, oh, you chuffer. Look, just put your hand here. Focus it on there. Not on your face, on your hand. What are you? Professional media producer, me. Professional, mate. Here I am. Just have my daily bread. Thank you very much for your tippies and chippies. We like coffee because it gives us like a direct into the page. It doesn't take 50% like Twitch do. We also like Twitch because it enables us to broadcast, and you know the tippies and chippies system on Twitch is also great. I'm not going to poo-poo your contributions at any point, but we like coffee because, like, you know, the Ganji Puka Warrior gets the most out of, squeeze the most value out of it. Mental Health Monday, doing our tips. Web browser, 80% battery. Let's chuff on. Call or visit a friend. By intent, I thought I was doing 2 eyes, wasn't it? It can be a challenge when you tell someone you're sad or angry and they don't believe you because your face is conditioned to smile. Yeah, that's true. I often find it hard when, like, people talk around a subject as well, don't they? Big face. I think people, like you say, might not be a gender. I'm not going to state it's a gender thing. You're stating it. You're sexist. I'm not allowed to because I'm on the internet. I'm not. I know, but what I'm saying is that sometimes in life we can be sort of told to not say the things that you feel. And I know that sounds silly. No. So these days, say what you feel. But no, honestly, like, you're being rude. Why did you say that? Well, it's what I felt. You didn't want me to say that. It's rude. It's rude. I don't like people being rude. You know, sometimes people take things. Oh, and how are they going to take it? I might not say it because I'm worried about how they're going to take it. Worried about other people's feelings. Yeah, good. But if you're feeling something and you need to speak it, sometimes it's better to, like, honesty, I personally prefer it. Some people like it even. Like, if you told me things that I didn't want to hear, but they were honest and true, I might be, oh, I don't like the way you said that, me. But really, you know, quite respect the way you're honest with me. Can trust you to be honest with me. So I like that. Yeah, you've got to be, you're not sexist. And you've got to be prepared to speak up and say what you feel. That's a good one. Call or visit a friend. Be intentional about spending time with people that matter most. That's why I'm here. Be intentional about spending time with people that matter most. A good conversation over a cup of coffee can change everything about the day, Brown said. Now, I don't go out a lot at the moment, but I do agree. Being intentional about how you spend your time, and specifically choosing the people that matter most, especially at this difficult time with COVID, is a really good idea. And taking that extra step to try and spend some time with someone, maybe not face-to-face, shield, with the COVID going around at the moment, I don't know, but spending time with people that, you know, matter can change the way you feel. Can change everything about the day. That's the tip. Can't dawdle over the tips. Can't dawdle. Get the tea down you. Get on with it. It's nearly 9 o'clock already. We're running till about 9:30. I think 9:30, and then I'll go and take the doggy for a walk. 10 o'clock PM is doggy walk cut-off time, remember. And also, before we get there, remember that I've been broadcasting on YouTube every day on Ganji Kid channel as a New Year's Eve resolution, just in the daytime. It's supposed to be in the morning, but I can't get up in time and have a cup of coffee and do my teeth and take the dog for a walk. So I get on about 1 o'clock. But I've been doing it. We're really pushing things. We're going to push things. That's YouTube. I don't need to share what YouTube is. You recognise that. You've heard of that. You've heard of it. Ask for help when you're over. I'm going to skip out acupuncture. It says acupuncture. It says it. Studies have shown it helps. It's on the NHS these days. Oh no. I don't know. Honest to God, I'm what's the word? Critical? Not critical. I'm cynical. Get the big music now. So maybe acupuncture is real. I mean, it is real. It does work. I don't know how. I'm not educated and informed on that. So I worry about advising a sort of therapy to people on the internet. Look into it. It's on one of the tips. I'm going to skip over it. Ask for help when you're overwhelmed. Oh wait, I tried it. The pure practice of just laying in a quiet room scented with nice things is therapy. Yeah, you see there. Oh, don't get me into that now. I'm not sure the needles did anything. I'm going to start setting up therapy. It's going to be called dog therapy. And no, it's not going to be called that because no one's going to come to dog therapy, are they? I'm doing this with my jacket now. This is going to improve this is like a background that's going to improve because this is my pitch for Dragon's Den. So I'm going to go out there, do that with my background, and be like, "Hi, you're with Scott. I'm here to offer you." Sounds amazing, does it? We're going to make it sound even more amazing with big words. Canine. What big word can we use for face? Canine. Close proximity, facial therapy. Close proximity canine facial therapy. What we're going to do is you're going to lie on the floor and the dog's going to go up to your face and go. And then if he doesn't like your face, I'm going to put treats and spread I'm vegan, so I don't want to spread meat paste, but spread other forms of peanut butter. Peanut butter would be nice. Maybe that's good for your skin. We can factor. It can all be part of your routine. You can start doing it as part of your skin routine. Peanut butter to the face. You lie there. The dog licks all your face, and it's gonna make you feel more relaxed. We're gonna do studies. I'm not saying acupuncture is not real. All I'm saying is I've not looked into it. It's on the list. It's not on my list because I've not looked into it. I want to be careful about what I recommend because there are things I don't know, and I don't want to be throwing around the recommendations too willy-nilly, do I? Don't want to be too positive about things. I want to be really cynical. Ask for help when you're overwhelmed. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, and people innately want to help each other. This is a really critical point. Have you ever helped someone? Yes, because you're a nice person. And when you did, you didn't think, oh, this chuffer, oh, having to fucking help this chuffer. You went over there willingly. You thought, oh, this chuffer, hang on, let me help this chuffer. You went over there willingly. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you might think, oh, I don't want to ask somebody. They don't want to be bothered with me. I don't want to ask them. They're busy with their thing. They're not going to feel, oh, chuff you. They're going to feel, oh, really? Oh, no, help. Do you remember you were feeling that when you were doing the helping? Keep that in mind. Just keep that one in mind. It's hard to, like, honestly, when you need help, sometimes you don't feel like people are going to want to even bother. But it's okay to ask. Said David Rakowski, and me just then, a psychologist and president of the Wellington Counselling Group in Chicago. That's David, not me. Ask your in-laws to watch the kids for a few hours outside. Ask your partner to do that chore you put off. Don't. Oh, God, don't. What are you saying? David's a psychologist and he's got no idea. I'll prove it. Web browser. I'm on big face. Just prove that he said it there. There it is in big. David Redkowski said, ask your in-laws to watch the kids for a few hours. Okay. Ask your partner to do that one chore you put off. No. Let the restaurant do the cooking. Yeah, that's cool. Go out for dinner, have the restaurant do the cooking. Top tips. Nice and relaxing. Spend a pleasant evening, as long as it's COVID safe. And then at dinner, saying to your partner, by the way, should we get another... I'll just get the way, so we'll just get another drink. What would you like? And oh, by the way, you know that job that I'm supposed to be doing, that I said I've been putting off? Can you do that? What was it you wanted to drink? Was it... Sorry. They're not going to be like, oh, I'll have a white wine spritzer. I don't drink, so I'm just going to have a Coca-Cola. Probably not Killer Coke. Probably just a non-branded soft drink. Any soft drink. Just give me a cup of tea. I'll just have a cup of tea. I have to drink 4 of them a day for my British quota. So, like... But you're not going to be like ordering your white wine spritzer. You're going to be like, what do you mean the chuffing thing? You said you'd do that chuffing thing. Now you're stressed. Because I've stressed you by saying, can you do it? And you're like, no, I can't do it. The whole point of you doing it is that I can't do it. Oh, no. Don't go into that. David Rakowski, a psychologist and president of the Wellington Counselling Group, suggests that you confront your partner with things that are going to irritate them. No, what we're saying actually is, say, look, listen, I've got a problem. And it's this, I know that it's going to annoy you. Because it's this thing that we keep saying I'm going to do. It turns out the reason I'm not doing it is because I'm finding it difficult. Can we find some way of getting me some help to do it? Because I know I said I'd do it, and I did want to do it, but now I'm faced with doing it. I underestimated how difficult it was. Self-deprecate maybe, so that your partner's going to be like, oh, I'll try and help you. Not chuff you for not doing it. Why won't you do it? But I'm finding it difficult. Can you help? Is so much better, isn't it? So asking for help is good. It does work, but it's just the way you say it. Don't ask them to do it. Say that you need help, fine, and admit that you're not, or that you overestimated. They'll like that. They'll be like, oh, that's just you all over, isn't it? You're always overestimated. You always think you're that clever. You think you're that clever. Well, you're not so clever now, are you? You're not so... Weren't they? Oh, I did Nintendo Switch by mistake, so now I'm out of sync, am I? Am I out of sync? There was nothing on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch by mistake, so now I'm out of sync. No, I'm not. I'm still in sync. Yay! See, little victories. Ask for help. Don't tell your partner that you failed to take the bins out. Just do the little chores. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, 2 problems: stress and a divorce. Remind yourself that someone else's mood is not your responsibility. Don't take things people say or believe personally, said Andrea Dindinger. She's got a cool name. Dindinger. It's like finger, Dinder for finger. I don't know if you knew that Dinder was colloquial child talk for finger. My Dinder. Hello, my Dinder. Right, so it's like Dindinger. I like that name. A San Francisco-based licensed marriage. Family therapist and marriage counsellor. I see what they're doing now. They're giving you tips so that you say the wrong thing and you end up in therapy with Angela Dindinger with the nice name, and now you're giving her money to tell you that you shouldn't have put the chores off like David Rakowski told you to. Now her and David Rakowski are having a little squabble on your dime while you go to therapy. I'm sure that's not what it is, and I'm sure that this relaxing video music has not got too sinister. I think we'll skip Dark Cloud as well. I think Dark Cloud sounds a little sinister for Mental Health Monday. Metal Gear Solid 3. Old Metal Gear Starry K. That sounds nice. That sounds like it's going to be good. Not here to judge music. Just here to have it on in the background. I'm going to have to skip that because it's... Why do I do these things to myself? I've drawn attention to it, and now you can't not hear it. So I've just got to skip it and not talk about what it is and get off it quick. So that now it's just gone in the background and you forget about it, and it just sets a bit of tone and mood rather than being like the tone and the mood. Anyway, look, you ask your in-laws to watch the kids. We've done that one. Remind yourself someone else's mood is not your responsibility is a good tip. Don't take things people say or believe personally. It's not necessary to give people a pass for their bad behaviour. It's also okay to remember their bad behaviour is not about us. When you don't take on somebody else's mood as something they're doing to you, you're actually creating more peace in your life than theirs. It's a bit complicated, that. It's a bit complicated, but I did want to say, to try and boil it down, someone else is cross. Oh, I'll get involved. No, I'm cross. No, we're both cross. That's a bit more simple, isn't it? It's a bit more simple. Someone else is sad. I'm going to get involved, try and help them. No, I'm sad. Well, hang on. Let's take a step back. I do that a lot, actually. I get sad because I look at the things in the world that make me sad. Remember that triangle? It's not your responsibility if they're angry and if you're that. Well, actually, hang on. A better way of saying this might be, if you are equally angry or equally sad, it's very difficult to help somebody. If you are on the rigging, like we're talking about the Ganjipuka Warrior boat here, yeah? We've got people in the sea, for Christ's sake. We're trying to help them on board. The answer is not to jump in the sea. Because I know it seems... what chuff am I chuffing on about now? Like, you can get... By being too responsible for someone else's mood, you can end up, going too far. You can end up drowning yourself. It's okay to be responsible for your own mood and sometimes take a step back so that you can help people by being on board, by being, buoyant, not being drowning in the sea. I think that's what they're saying. I'm confused by this one because I really instinctively feel that it's hard not to take on somebody else's mood. Certainly for some of those things I've said, but I think they're talking about anger and bad behaviour more than they're talking about sadness. So I think they're talking about anger, having a row, arguing, and I hate it, I don't like it makes me feel bad, so I'd rather not. Can we not? You can't argue in an empty room, can you? Well, some people can. But yeah, I'd rather not. So let's not let you turn me into you. Let's not let that thing happen there. Let's chill it down. I'm not going to take a... Especially when they're doing it to you. It's your fault, you chuffer. You've done this chuffing thing. Oh, I don't like the way you chuffing do that. Alright. Let's make sure we create peace. Cool. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Cool. Yeah. Plan to go... Okay, we've got these. Oh, I like these. These are good. These are good. 1, 2, 3, and then what? Related. Oh no, there's more. Look, there's so many more. These are good. Volunteer. Bonus if it's with animals. You get bonus points. I didn't know until this point that someone was dishing out actual points. But now there's bonus points involved. Hidden bonus points. Volunteer. I've actually volunteered. It's not about me. It's not about me. I've volunteered for various things. I can agree. Volunteering has been known to reduce stress. It's nice getting out there, meeting people, helping with things. And according to the Human Research Animal Bond Institute, researchers demonstrated human-animal interactions help decrease symptoms of PTSD, depression, anxiety, and more. And I went into the advertising phase again. They should use me for advertising, shouldn't they? If I wasn't so ethically against it. Oh, good old advertising. I can do the face. And more. More just open-ended there, so that's good for you because you'll fill in any old thing. More. That's the thing. I like more. That can include any old. That can include the thing I want. More. I should write more on more things. Scott, stop tip. Snuggle a piggy. Yes, I totally agree though. If you're volunteering, it's good, and if you're doing it with animals are so nice. I'm vegan. Oh, I'm saying it. I'm wearing the t-shirt. I'm saying it. I have to say it. Again, like I have to drink a certain number of cups of tea to fill the British quota. I have to talk about. I'm not allowed to be a vegan. You don't get a proper vegan card if you don't talk about being vegan, do you? You don't get a proper vegan card if you don't insert veganism here, do you? They'd come around and take your vegan card off you. You don't get into being a top tier vegan unless you're more vegan than the other vegans. And that includes being like a super ethical vegan. So you don't get that unless you... So I need... For me to keep my vegan quota up, I'm going to have to mention it. Honestly though, it's nice. Animals need your help more than ever these days with some of the stuff we've put the environment through. And it's so easy to do a little thing here and there to help them. Even if it doesn't mean fostering a doggy. Even if it doesn't mean, like, you know... little things. If it does mean picking up a little bit of rubbish, I know that sounds silly, that helps animals. Being out in the environment, looking around, you know, making it nice for them, going for a little walk in the environment, volunteering, next step up, volunteering, reducing stress, being with the animals. Yeah, I love it. Bottle feed kittens and birds at rescue. Oh, that does sound nice, doesn't it? Can you imagine that? What are you doing today? I'm going to go and bottle feed some kittens. Do you want to come with me? No, I don't. That sounds horrible. No, it doesn't. It sounds lovely. Doesn't it? Bottle feeding a kitten. I was going to think about that. Oh, you little toy. Oh, little toy. Bottle feeding a kitten. That's a good... I like that. Just bottle feeding a kitten. Can we have a bit more of that in the world? Plant a garden. Gardening helps with mood, concentration and focus, said Shannon Lawrence, an acupuncturist and yoga... Acupuncture? Yoga? Acupuncture and yoga? Acupuncturist and yoga. I think yoga's good. I've seen the evidential... I've seen that an acupuncturist and yoga instructor in California, so, you know, out there in the liberal world of California, not tied down rigid like UK British... Out there where anything goes in California. Acupuncture and yoga out in California. Eat your pie and chips and shut up. Grin and bear it. We're not getting any yoga. We have Billy Elliot. Look, Billy Elliot can be a ballerina while millions of kids get killed in Syria. They're my lyrics. I did some lyrics earlier. They're my lyrics. Watch out, I might pop, drop a few lyrics every now and then. Billy Elliot can be a ballerina while millions of kids get killed in Syria. Sort of relevant because, like, you know, yoga. What's all that yoga and acupuncture? You have aerial yoga and you got all sorts. Goat yoga, goat yogurt, goat's cheese. Look, mental health flourishes when spending time in nature and sunlight, whilst lowering blood pressure and strengthening muscle and body coordination. The music agrees. Plant a garden. I can categorically agree. Got an allotment, mate. Got an allotment. Raised beds, mate. Vegetables. Got some bamboo out the back. Every couple of years I've been dividing it. And one year I'm going to sell it and make a few £1,000s. What's he on about? Plant a garden though, honestly. Get some weird ideas like me about cultivating bamboo in pots thinking that I'll tell you why. Because buying the bamboo in the first place was expensive, and I thought that's expensive, and it just grows. I bet if I split that, I can have 2. Split it, 2. 2 seasons later, I've got 2. I bet if I split that, I can have. But if I split it enough times, I can make all the money back and more. That's the plan. Watch a funny movie. What that mouth do? What that mouth do? No, I tell you what. I really appreciate Space Dagger 3. Are there 2 other Space Daggers ahead of you? That's a shame. Space Dagger. I'm just going to call you Space Dagger. You can be the number 1 Space Dagger in our lives. I appreciate you being here and chatting, but I don't know what. Is it my mouth? You killed the other ones, so no, you are the premier Space Dagger. Through merit of violent combat, you ascended to the high, lofty rank of premium dagger. Space Dagger, of course. Not just standard dagger. Space. You know, space does make things better. You do know that. I'm not just you, Space Dagger. Everyone now I'm talking to. Everyone. So like, you do know that space. Like, if it was just like clothes, just clothes. Space clothes. Ooh, how much do they cost? I bet they're expensive. Space just makes things better, doesn't it? Are you a helmet? Helmet? You're a helmet? That sounds like a derogatory term. Sounds like you're helmet. You're a helmet. That sounds like you're being mean to someone. Your space helmet. Ooh, I'm a space helmet. I'm snazzy jazzy. Space ice cream. There you go. I don't even know how it's different, but I imagine it's better. I've got to. On the VR, I've got a thing on the ISS spaceship. I'll take you on the spaceship one of these days. See, spaceship. Spaceship sounds amazing, doesn't it? I'll take you on the spaceship. Oh, my chuffing day. That sounds amazing. If I say I'm going to take you on my ship, even though I've already sold this concept as the Ganji Puka Warrior crew are aboard a great big boat and I'm the captain and you're all part of the crew and you're really important because I can't just sail the boat on my own. Like, spaceship? Maybe we should be a spaceship. I like the water analogy because people in the water drowning, struggling, we're helping them on board. I like that. But spaceship is better, isn't it? Let's be fair. A spaceship is better. Freeze-dried ice cream. We thought it was better because it's space ice cream. It wasn't. They sold it to you and but you weren't eating it in space, so you don't know. That's the thing. You can always say it could have been better. I'd be the space captain. I'm Captain Space Kirk. I'm space captain. I'd be the space captain. I like that. See me shuffling my seat there. Oh hello. I'm the space captain. They call me the space cowboy. I'll be the space captain. Space is better. See, Space Dagger. See what you started now, Space Dagger. Do you see what you've done? You've made me smile with your Space Dagger. Although the dagger part. Naughty. Bringing the weapons to the party. Who brought the dagger? I'll tell you what you can do with it. We used to, when we were kids, don't do this. But when we were kids, we used to stand. Oh my god, am I going to tell this story? We all had a flick knife. When we were kids, we all had a flick knife. Right? When I was a kid, when I was like about 13, we all had a flick knife. Knives are bad. Don't carry knives. What am I saying? I'm just joking around. We were Cub Scouts, weren't we? We didn't have flick knives. We had pen knives for our Cub Scouting. Imagine that. Sounds better. We all had a flick knife, and what we'd do is we stand in we're just youngsters at the park pretending to our parents that we weren't smoking when actually we were all naughty. Anyway, look, we stood it was summertime, having fun, 13 years old or maybe younger. Anyway, look, we're standing in a triangle in a bit of a circle, and the game is you stand with your legs together, you throw the knife. It's called split the kipper. You throw the knife at your friend. They have to stand where the knife is, but the other foot has to stay there. And then it's their turn. They pick up the knife. They throw it at you. You move your leg to the knife. And then if they throw the knife in the middle of your legs, they can close their legs. So, like, this game goes on. And of course, like, it's dangerous. And some people have the knife thrown at them and it hits their foot and things. Like, you don't want people throwing that knife between your legs. And that's the game. So don't do that. It's an awful game. That's what Dagger made me think of. See how bad Dagger is. Space is brilliant. Dagger is naughty. You've moved off the I want you on the chat. Hang on. Big face. Chat window. I'm shifting it. There you are. We need you at the top there. We need to see that. We need to see that. I like it. You're a friend of mine, in a way. In a space way. Spaceways, they sound nice. They sound nice. Spaceways. Oh, that sounds nice. I'd like to ride the spaceway. Way. Do you want to come this way? Do you want to come this way, sir? Sounds horrible, doesn't it? Do you want to come this way, madam? Do you want to come this way, person of non-specific gender? What is that? It was Mux, wasn't it? Mux. I can't pronounce it. Do you want to come this way? No, it's slightly threatening. Do you want to come this spaceway? Yeah, I'd like to come the spaceway. God, plant a garden. No, forget the garden. Space. That should be the tip, shouldn't it? Space. I'm R2D2. You're R2D2. You're like. If it was Star Wars, you'd have to be far more. You can't just be a little robot. You've got to be a humanoid, at least humanoid. You can be Chewbacca. You could be Chewbacca. I'm not. I have to be Han Solo because he's the only real captain. Luke Skywalker's not a real captain, is he? And he's the son of Darth Vader. And they chuffed him over in that latest film. Look, Chewbacca, always beeping and booping in the background. Fair enough. You can be who you like. You can identify as whichever robotic character from science fiction you choose. We are open to all on this stream. In space, we got Space Twitch. You see, Space Twitch even sounds better, doesn't it? I wish I was on Space Twitch and not on this rubbishy UK-based, not UK-based, global. Global's nicer. Even then, the bigger you go, see that? UK-based, oh, small-minded, narrow, UK-based. Oh, passionate, British, UK-based. It's not, it's global. Oh, it's global. Twitch, global. Oh, it's nicer. Space Twitch, aspire. That's where I'm aspiring to. Broadcasting into space. There's probably fewer, you probably get fewer views on Space Twitch because there's just the people on the ISS and those people that are hiding on the dark side of the moon, and that's it. Oh no, there's the aliens, of course, aren't there? There's all the aliens, but they're further away, so it takes longer for this to get to them, so they can't chat. Watch a funny movie. Remember the tips. Do you remember the tips? Ever heard of tips? That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's not like it's my job or anything. Well, actually it is. It is. So now it's time to get serious. Now it's time for a tip. Watch a funny movie. Well, that's not even a serious tip. That's a tip. How can you go to school in serious lessons and have the teacher say, now we're going to put on a funny movie? That's a bad tip for being serious, but a good tip for your mental health. If you're having a sad moment or need a boost of energy. Now, I will critique this tip. I'll read it first, then I'll critique it. If you're having a sad moment or need a boost of energy, watching something funny can be a great pick-me-up, said Leander Hoff, the clinical director at the Lux Centre of Counselling and Education. I worry that some of these places might want your money. Smiling and laughing are positive for your mental health. I'm not discrediting the Lux Centre. I'm just saying I haven't looked into them. I'm worried that they might want your money. I worry on your behalf. Right, watch a funny movie is good. Big face. It is good. I like watching comedy. I like watching memes. I like the little meme compilation videos. I like the funnies on the internet. Yeah, it can also be a real waste of my time that drags me down a never-ending hole, and now it's 2 a.m. and I'm awake because I'm watching memes on my phone, and it used to make me laugh, and now I'm sort of feeling bad. You know? Got to be careful. Watch a funny movie is good, but if your nan just died, you're not going to want to put on, like, Happy Gilmore. Are you? Happy Gilmore is not appropriate viewing for a funeral, is it? So, Anchorman, bringing up the, you know, I was sad when Nan died, but it was good the way we all sat around and did Anchorman quotes. That made us, no, there is a time and a place. But I do agree that having a sad moment, there are times where, do you remember that cognitive triangle? Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. This is a getting hold of your actions and changing the way you think. Let's look at something that makes me laugh. He's a big deal. I'm Space Deal. I'm a Space Deal. Yeah, no, I do agree with it. I think it is good. And it gives you a boost of energy. And it can actually be something that you can schedule in as well. You can say to yourself, look, I know that I get a bit depressed as the sun goes down after the final dog walk of the day. I know that I get a bit depressed when the house goes quiet, when people leave and I'm on my own. Maybe I'll put on my favourite song or a happy film, or maybe I'll plan to watch that episode of Friday Night Dinner or whatever comedy show you prefer. Whatever comedy show you like, a bit of Rick and Morty. Maybe I'll watch that at that time. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe see Scotty Hottie here getting inside the tips. Getting inside the tips, having a little rummage around in the tips, putting out some even more tippy tips. Look at that, top tips. And I've got the top tips Ganji thing as well. So. That's, I don't know what that is. That's an advert, is it? She's happy. She's on the computer. She might be watching Mental Health Monday. That's probably what she's doing. It's a Getty image, so probably not. Getty images. She's probably not allowed to watch anything. It's probably just a light being shone in her face. It's probably not a real... She's just a model. She's not really happy deep down. She's just earning money. Maybe that does make her happy. It's not the same story as... It's not she's watching Anchorman. I thought the story was she's watching Anchorman. That's not the story. Now I've looked into it. It's Getty Images. She's just a model, and the photograph has been put up on a website. Someone's bought it to illustrate a point. It's probably it's probably titled Happiness or something. Happy viewing. But she's not really. They're fooling you. Don't take your vaccines. No, I'm joking. Of course, take your vaccines. I'm joking. Perform a random act of kindness. I added the random. You can just add. You don't have to go freestyle yet. This is early days. We've got tippies. Earning money only makes me happy if I can give it away. Thank you. See, look, it makes me happy earning it here. So I was wrong. She is happy. Thank you for your tippies. I forgot to put on the... there's like an animation for your Twitch tippies. I forgot to put it on today. I'm not going to worry myself about it now. What I am worried about is, did this chocolate milk come out of the fridge today, or have I had it on the desk all week? It's rum and raisin in there, so I think all week. I don't drink rum, so it shouldn't smell of rum. Nor raisins. All week, we're going to say. I'm not sipping that because I'll stick to the tea. I have got a fresh one in the fridge, thank God. Look, thank you for your tippies. Perform an act of kindness. That was your kindness. You've done yours. Generosity is key to our positive mental health, DeHoff said. An act of kindness towards others may help you understand your own difficulties, increase empathy and gain some perspective, similar to some others. But I agree, I really agree. I like that. Big face. I try myself, don't I, in little ways. I know you do as well. It doesn't go unnoticed. I think that's what I'm going to say. I don't want to get mystic and be like, oh, there's a... karma and a way of the world and all that. I don't want to get too mystic. I want Mental Health Monday. I know there's lots of different people who believe lots of different things, and I'm not here to poo-poo mysticism. I'm not here to poo-poo religion. But I want Mental Health Monday to be able to work for anyone. So I don't want anyone to come here and have to believe in a certain religion or a, way of the karma of the world to get something out of this. So I don't lean on that here, okay? But it's okay to believe in that if that's you. I'm telling you, if you do good things in the world, you end up feeling like it's justified when good things happen to you because you're doing good things. I know that sounds silly, doesn't it? But a lot of us feel guilt for doing things in life for ourselves, or I certainly do feel guilt. A lot of us feel guilt in different ways, and if something good happens to you, if you win a little bit of luck or something like that, I always try and share it. Just pass it on a little bit, share it, because it's somewhere. There's a guilt thing. Is it? Do I deserve that? Well, I tell you what, you deserve it if you're doing kind things, don't you? If you're a kind person, take it from me, you deserve to feel good. I'm telling you, it's not mystic now. You've gone from mystic. It's gone from karma. It's me telling you. That's how karma works. That's fermented. That's a fermented idea. No, that's fermented, but don't throw it away. It's still chocolate milk. says my part of me wants to be a hoarder, and I'm not. I throw things away, but I hear the voice in my head that say that's still good. You can fix that. You can use that later. Be mindful of your social media use. web browser. Be mindful of your social media use. Every client that has become intentional about what client, Beth Sherman, a psychologist, she's looking for clients. Most say they feel a burden's been lifted off them when they decrease their social media experiences, when they become intentional about how and why they're going to use social. So what she's basically saying, because we're getting to the end of these tippies now, these tips, we're getting to the end of them. I'm going to have to, I can't read every word. I can't read every word, can I? I can't read every word. What she's saying is that instead of going on the phone and just being like, oh, Facebook time now, way, and then you wake up at 4 a.m. with your phone stuck to your phone. Oh, am I still doing Facebook? Whoops. You know, instead of that, say, I need to go on Facebook because I need to send Kathy a message, or I need to go on Facebook because, you know, I need to drop a like on Mohammed's photo, or whatever it is, yeah? So you need to go on Facebook for a reason. Do it and get off. Don't go on there as like an open-ended thing. Be mindful of your social media use. I go on Twitter. I do it deliberately because I say I need to retweet some other people to share some ideas and love. I don't want to just be pumping my own, like, watch me, look at me, look at me. I want to be sharing other people as well. That's the whole point of the social media. I need to do some retweets. It's part of my little job, isn't it? It's part of my little job, social media person. Part of my little job, I say. And I also want to promote myself, of course. But I don't want to spend half an hour to 40 minutes scrolling down that thing and not doing the work I'm supposed to be doing. I turned on the computer to do the editing, to get on stream. I ended up doing all this scrolling. That's be mindful, not to do the things and get off. Top tip. Except if you're here watching me or going on my social media, in which case, put on the go to Ganji Kid, right? Go to binge on playlists there. Click the stream archive. Let that run. Go out even. Look, the battery's gone. It's just me smiling. It's just me smiling. So that's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. If I wasn't smiling... Hang on, what did you say earlier about grin and bear it? If you wasn't smiling, how would you... Hang on. Does that all play in? Does that all play in? If he's smiling there... So he must be happy. Or sometimes people smiling, they're like, oh, grin and bear it. Bear it and still grin. Bear it and still be happy. Still find little things, little victories, little wins, little happiness. Little, like finding the correct focal length and range on your stream. I'm looking at it in the wrong window again, that's why. Happy days, little piano. No one can be happy when they start hearing the little piano. Unhappy. There's a little piano that's fixed. The piano fixed the focus and my mood. Yeah, watch all my. Just what that's the tip. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Now we've kind of come around to that. We sort of spoke about this earlier. I don't think you should be on too late at night. I think you need to go out, have a little walk, cool your body down. I think you need to relax. I think everyone's got their own routine, but you need to say to you, I have an alarm that goes off on my phone that says, look, it's nearly bedtime. If you're editing and you've forgotten this, it's bedtime, mate. And it's not getting to bed. It's like an hour before, 2 hours before. Time to chill out. Time to let things go. Time to put it down. Time to go to bed. So, create a relaxing bedtime routine is such a good tip that it's been backed by really jovial music. Sorry, Mashai Hamuzu. Sorry. I mean, these are quite obscure musics. I don't know if these are... Are these definitely copyright-free game music? Because I can't read that. I can't even read it. Meditate. Or try a moving meditation. They're both the same one. Meditation, Tai Chi. They're all different kinds. All part of the same thing. Yes, it's a good top tip. I just can't anymore. I can't read them. I just can't do it anymore. I've read so many. There's only so many tips you can take, mate. drink more green tea, talk to a therapist. That's a really good one, talk to a therapist. We saw on Mental Health Monday that in the UK, you don't need any sort of qualification to call yourself a therapist. So be really careful when you're looking into talking to a therapist. Make sure they've got qualifications in psychology, generally, depending on what sort of therapy you want. And also, quite often, we're looking to see that they're part of these accredited bodies, that they've got somebody sort of overseeing their therapy that they're giving out to see that it's okay. You know, don't just throw your money around and just trust anything you hear. Talk to a therapist. But honestly, it seems really heavy talking to a therapist. It seems like, oh, now I've got like, now I'm a mad person and I've got to go to therapy. Maybe they might section me. What if they section me? It's not like that. What happens is, you see someone nice that you like. Well, you don't really get on, you know, it's a professional relationship. So but they are pleasant. Let's put it like that. They're pleasant. It's like green tea's got caffeine. You see, bad tips. Good, glad I skipped over that one. But it's like seeing someone pleasant that you get on with, someone nice. Like, you know, when you go for a coffee and they're nice to you when you buy the coffee. If they're not, go somewhere else. But you know what I mean? If someone's nice, it's like that sort of thing. And they ask you questions and they're nice to you. And then you answer the questions. And then you might talk about some stuff. And it might bring up some stuff and you talk about that. And then it's time. Sorry, we haven't got any more time. Revisit this next week. But actually what happens is you go away, you say, oh, although I can't revisit this right now, I wanted to carry on talking about this, but I've thought about some things in new ways and it's made me think, and then maybe next week you don't even talk about that thing you were supposed to because you put it on hold last week. Maybe you've worked it out and new thing this week, whatever. Life goes on. It's just good to be able to talk to someone, and a therapist, if they're good at being a therapist, hopefully can sort of gently guide the conversations and the ideas to healthy things, to things that might generally or specifically help you with a problem. And it might be that you've got a specific thing that's really, you know, caused problems for you in your mental health, in your feelings, in the way you then behave. They can talk and help you to talk about that and help you to get somewhere with that. Or it might be more general and they can, like these tips, you know, sometimes point you in this direction and that direction, just gently steer you this way. I know somebody who speaks to somebody, a therapist, and they have done sort of a long time throughout their life because they had a tragedy when they were young, and they've consistently kept up this relationship with the therapist. I'm now going to inverted commas that because I think they're now more like a friend. But you know, friends can fill this role, but maybe not in the same way as somebody who is educated, qualified, and maybe for an hour a day scheduled in. Sorry, an hour a week scheduled in, whatever it is. Maybe that context is different from friendship, and maybe it does something to the, you know, maybe it creates something in that difference that is more helpful. I'm not saying don't talk to friends, but I'm saying don't treat your friends like they are therapists for free and expect an hour a week every week at this. That might be burdensome to anyone, but some friends might be into that. Some friends might want that. Might be offer that, fine. But if you're talking to a therapist, it's slightly different. Time is up now. Time, can you go? But actually, it does, you know, it alleviates some of these problems because you don't have to feel worried about burdening them with your ideas and thoughts because they're there to listen. You're paying them for the chuffing thing. Come here, talk to us. If you find yourself constantly dumping your problems on family or friends, a therapist can help lighten that load for your loved ones. There's a good way to look at it. And we count. I've told you, you don't need a qualification to call yourself a therapist. So I am one. Ganji Puka Warrior Captain Therapist here. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying be careful about it. Make sure you get good people. And that people you can feel confident about. Maybe try it a little. You don't have to go on for years and years. Maybe just try a little. It's up to you. It doesn't mean that you're going to be sectioned. It doesn't mean that you've got things that, you know, oh, so-and-so goes to therapy, oh, they're mad. It doesn't mean that. It just means you want to talk about things in a way that is easy and comfortable. We all need it. I think we all kind of need that. And some of us don't have the ability to do that in that sort of way. I found therapy so much more than I imagined it would be for those sort of reasons, I think. Yeah, I knew once a week I was going to be able to get things off my chest. I knew once a week, whatever it was, if it was a week where I wanted to try and dig into my childhood and, you know, these things that have made me sad, and now I sort of play out these roles and they talk about it and they're educated on these sort of ideas because they're a psychologist, and, you know, maybe that. Or maybe this week I feel angry because so-and-so said this. They're my feelings. How do I deal with them? Like, I'm here to help once a week. Great. I'm here right here now to do that for you. I'm not a qualified therapist. Sometimes people come in here and bring up their things. You might have friends. Therapy's a good thing. There's another kind of therapy. Cognitive behavioural therapy, for example, treats specifically anxiety by allowing you to talk through the way you think about anxiety. It's got a 12-week, 8-week, 6-week, 12-week structure. You have a bit of homework. You do things, thought experiments, you get somewhere. That's a specific therapy for a specific problem. A therapist in general, mental health, can be much more general. So it's a spectrum. So, you know, be warned. No, be aware that there's even more good out there than just what you think or had thought therapy might be. Good tips. A therapist will be able to identify patterns that are not constructive when you might be totally unaware. Bang on. And if your therapist tells you, you might listen. Whereas if your mate tells you, you might say, chuff off, you chuffer. You've got problems, you chuffer. Don't you tell me. Oh, you might have heard my tummy rumble then. And that's the end of the tip. So that's appropriate because now I've got to walk the dog, eat my dinner, place a bag on my car mirror when travelling. What? Sponsored. Who on earth would sponsor? I'm not going to click it because that's what they want. But who on earth would pay money to sponsor this article with an advert that says place a bag on your car mirror when travelling? Don't do that. It's going to fly off. As soon as you get driving, that's going to fly off. Just more plastic rubbish in the world. Don't do that. It's going to obscure your view of your mirror. Don't do that. Who on earth would place that advert and pay for it? I'm not going to click on it because that's what they want, isn't it? That's what they want. So you be good, my little puckos. You be good. It's been another good Mental Health Monday. I'm really pleased with the way things are going on your old stream. I'm Ganji Kid. We are the Ganji Pucko Warrior crew. You can find us on YouTube at Ganji Kid there. And at the bottom is all our different edit channels. So I try and put some work into it, try and make some edits. But mainly, it's the hub, isn't it? The Ganji Kid channel. And we're here on Twitch every Monday, 8 PM GMT, Mental Health Monday. We're also live on YouTube at sort of 1 PM GMT-ish. I wanted to be on after Limmy, really, on Twitch after Limmy. So I do a little bit there at 1 PM. It's just New Year's resolution, it's just a thing. I'm a little bit cross because I haven't even had my coffee. I do these streams on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's the plan. Not all mental health, other stuff. And we upload it all to YouTube there. That's our little hub. And that's what we're at. And this year we're going to try and create a podcast. We've got all the kit now, all the gear, no idea. I've got ideas, I've got all the gear. I just need to COVID to calm down and to push myself a little more when it comes to being upfront with emails and, you know, being a bit more businesslike, not being scared to email somebody. Please, will you come on my podcast? You know, please. Getting it. I've never been a guest booker before, so I'm going to have to become a guest booker. That's all right. That's okay. When this COVID calms down a little bit and we get... I'm hoping to do one this month. I'm hoping the Omicron peak that we're currently in will alleviate somewhat. I'm shocked and impressed you're streaming today. Hard to do after the busy holidays. Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm enthused. I'm really enthused. Ready to get back at this and to keep cracking at it. And like I said, thank you for your tippies. Really appreciate it. Like I said, sometimes I can be a little bit rah, rah, rah. Like I've done on this stream on YouTube. I've done destroying anti-vaxxers. So I'm like, oh, anti-vaxxers. Oh, you chuffer. You're an idiot. Rah. I'm not like that tonight on Mental Health Monday. Different facets to a personality, isn't it? So that's okay. That's okay. But I'm not going to be like a ranty political streamer. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to be me the whole time. The things I think that are important are Mental Health Monday, art and culture, and regular upload, regular being here, regular topical discussion, I guess. That's what we're at. I'm a happy boy. I'm thankful to you for making it happen. It's a team effort The ship is sailing into the unknown together. We need to get a flag. We need to get emojis. There's so much to do. Swap the decks. And you be good. The main thing is you be good, my little podcast. You be good. And if you can't be good, then I guess you're going to have to place a bag on your car mirror when travelling.